I'm ready.
Okay. Well, hi, I'm Bob Steinert with SCORE in Oklahoma City. Welcome to Business Insights. Our podcast this month comes to you in the midst of the coronavirus epidemic. The economy is in turmoil and small businesses are especially impacted. The federal government, through the leadership of the U.S. Small Business Administration, has enacted some legislation for special programs that can be of big help to small business and help businesses endure this period of economic distress. Our special guest today is John Veal. John is Deputy District Director of the SBA Oklahoma District. Welcome, John.
Thank you very much, Bob. It's good to be here today.
John, can you kind of tell us a little about the whole program and get it down to something that most of us could understand?
Sure. And if you bear with me, I do have some slides that I want to go through. So I just want to take you on a short journey of what we're experiencing right now. Let me share my screen real quick. Excuse me. So we're going through some, what I would call unprecedented times. We have never had to deal with a disaster of this magnitude. But because of that, we have some new opportunities to excel. And over the last couple of weeks, we've been doing a whole lot of that. But I just want to take you through some slides and just give you a little bit overview of the various programs, and then I'll be able to answer some questions later. Okay, there we go. The COVID-19 loan programs for Oklahoma small businesses. First, I'd just like to start off with a quote from my administrator. And the bottom line, as you read this quote, our administrator, Ms. Carranza, is committed to the success of small business owners. She understands that this is a very traumatic time for small business owners, and under her leadership, we've introduced some programs to take care of our small business owners. And that's what this quote is all about. A couple of caveats as we go through this. Today's presentation talks about things that are in place today. As if you've been monitoring this for the last 3 weeks, you've seen a lot of changes. So what I'm talking about is basically what is in place today. As new things come out, we do additional webinars to actually cover the new developments. We encourage everyone to apply for the programs that are in place. And also, don't prejudge your eligibility. You may think you may not qualify, you may think you qualify. The bottom line is that you don't know if you qualify until you actually apply. So we encourage everyone to apply. Some early questions we've had is, can a person apply for both the Paycheck Protection Program and the EID? Of course you can, and we encourage you to apply for both. However, realizing that the funds can't be used for the same purpose. If you're approved for a loan, you don't have to take it, but it's good to have that in place. If you apply for both, you can take the PPP first, and then decide if you want to take the EIDL. And we'll talk more about each one of those programs. As a result of the COVID-19 situation, the CARES Act established some new programs, but also energized some other programs. And a couple of new programs are the Paycheck Protection Program, the EIDL Loan Advance. It re-energized our SBA Express Bridge loans, and it also introduced some debt relief for current loan holders with the SBA. However, today I'm just going to focus on the Paycheck Protection Program and the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. The Paycheck Protection Program basically its name says what it is there to help keep employees in place to protect their paychecks. It is designed to provide incentive for small businesses to keep workers around because there's a lot of business closing and we're letting a lot of employees off. Well, this is designed to put money in an employee's pocket so he can afford to pay the employees' salaries. This program you apply for through any existing SBA lender. And the good thing about that is we're adding more and more lenders every day. And a business has until June 30th, 2020 to apply for the program. This program is designed to basically cover payroll costs primarily, and that includes salary, wages, commissions, and those types of things that you pay to an employee. It also covers any of the benefits you have, such as vacation, medical, sick leave, allowances for separation or dismissals, and those other associated payroll costs. And the key thing with this program is that it is subject to be a forgivable loan, in that a business may not have to pay this back, provided, number one, at least 75% of these expenses are geared toward keeping employees, bringing employees back to work, and two, employees are maintained for a specific amount of time. And again, you apply through the bank, although you can download the forms online.
John, is it true that 75% of the loan has to go towards salary, though?
Yeah, payroll cost, not just salary.
Thank you. Yeah,
any of those costs associated with payroll costs.
Okay.
These are some things that's not covered by the Paycheck Protection Program. Compensation of an employee who's placed residence outside the USA. Compensation of an employee whose salary is in excess of $100,000. Federal employee tax, it doesn't cover that also. It doesn't cover mortgage payments or principal payments, all mortgage prepayments rather, or principal payments, although your monthly mortgage payment or your monthly rent payment can be included as part of this, as long as it doesn't exceed that 25%. Our next program is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. Now, this program has been around for quite some time. Whenever we've had disasters, we've had to do this. However, with the COVID-19 situation, there's been some interesting modifications, if you will. And the first being the Economic Injury Loan Advance. Basically, this will provide up to $10,000 to as a forgivable loan advance to cover some immediate expenses. And this is primarily geared toward payroll costs, or those costs to keep employees around. But that advance can be forgiven, and it is up to $10,000. When this first came out, a lot of people thought this was a flat $10,000 grant. And I just want to clarify, it's based on your expenses that you submit, and it's up to $10,000. You apply for this advance as a part of the application for the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. So it's basically one application covers two different things. The advance will not have to be repaid. The Economic Injury Disaster Loan basically helps meet working capital needs that you cannot otherwise cover because of loss of revenue because of disaster. It's a little bit more flexible than the Paycheck Protection Program, in that you can cover fixed debt payments, payroll, accounts payable, and there's no certain percentage you have to meet in order to qualify for this. One thing about this, though, it is a loan that you do have to pay back. The Economic Injury Disaster Loan is not geared for expanding of your business or starting a new business. It's cover those immediate expenses that you can't cover because of the COVID-19 disaster. SBA can provide up to $2 million to help meet these obligations also. And of course, it's based on your actual injury. If you got a EIDL and a PPP, if you apply for both of those, let me back up here. You can in fact get both EIDL and PPP. Depending upon what your EIDL advance was used for, that dictates how it's handled. If it was used to pay payroll, then it is actually refinanced with your Paycheck Protection Program, and that's ultimately forgiven. If it's not used as a part of that, it's forgiven off to the side by itself. We've had a lot of issues with fraud. A lot of people are saying that I can assist you in filling out these applications. I can get you your money a whole lot faster. All that is just totally fake. It's very simple to apply for both programs. Either the EIDL, you can apply online, or the Paycheck Protection Program, you can apply with your bank. But as far as having to pay someone to assist you in doing that, it's really not necessary. and there's no one who can get it any faster than we're currently working the process right now. A couple of numbers. You have the number to the SBA disaster office and also to my office. One thing people need to understand is that the Oklahoma District Office does not process these loans. We answer a lot of questions and we provide as much assistance as we can, but we're not a part of the loan processing, and so we can't make it faster for you or we can't do it for you. We can only answer some general questions for you. And that's it pretty quickly. Now, I'm ready for questions.
Yeah, John, thank you very much for that. I just want to add the fact that the SBA has resource partners who also can be of assistance to people. SCORE, like ourselves, and we can be found at Oklahoma City SCORE, all one word, .org. And our SCORE organization has mentors to help people with this process and with some of the issues. There's the small business development centers around the state, and there's the Women's Business Center too that are good resources to have. What are some of the bottlenecks now? We've been into this a couple of weeks already. Well, it seems like a year, but about a week. What are we seeing, John?
I kind of alluded to it a little bit earlier. The thing is, it's the magnitude of applications. And so therefore, the time limit that, let's say, disaster loans are normally processed is a little bit longer now, because you got to consider that we're getting applications from all 50 states and all territories. And so the first thing an applicant has to understand is that it's not going to be an overnight process. And so just the magnitude of applications making processing time longer is probably one of the biggest challenges. The second challenge is that with the Paycheck Protection Program, it was open up to basically all banks. Well, a lot of banks were not SBA lenders initially. And so they've had to go through that additional step of becoming an SBA lender before they can do the loans. And again, because of the magnitude of people wanting to be a part of this program, again, the number of applications is much larger. Therefore, the clearance process is taking longer. And so it is required more patience on behalf of the banks and of the small business owners, because it's taking time to get all of these things in place.
Yeah, I've run across some clients who had the experience of going to the bank, and the bank really knew nothing about it because they were low on the learning curve. So it's taken time for everybody to figure out this. This is quite a complex proposition.
Absolutely.
When you think about it, the enormity of these programs. I want to encourage people to look at the websites, the SBA.gov, or specifically for Oklahoma, SBA.gov/OK. And there's a wealth of detailed information about these programs and other COVID-19 matters on the SBA website. Our website, the one I mentioned earlier, oklahomacityscore.org, also has links to all the coronavirus information relevant to small business. And there's just a lot of information out there. It can be confusing, but if you go over it, you'll see the steps that are necessary and doable, very doable, to apply for the loans and apply for the Paycheck Protection Program.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for your.
And I did talk to a small business this morning who applied for the Paycheck Protection Program. And they've gone through the entire process and actually got funded today. So it's actually working. So
that's a breakthrough, and that's
absolutely
a milestone. And yeah, it's a lot happening in a very short period of time, and there's some road bumps, but it's moving.
That it is. That it is.
All right, Jay.
Appreciate the opportunity to be here today.
All right. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you.
You too. Thanks now.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.